Chantel Lisa, and I am here with the owner of. How can we do that? No? Okay. Well, we're not gonna do it over. We're just gonna take it as it is and start over. We are with Miss Latoya Warren-Heath. This is the owner of Bougie Popcorn Boutique, and I am here to talk business.
Okay.
So our viewers, like, we would like to know a couple things from business owner, how you got started, a couple different things like that. So I'm gonna just jump right on in.
Sure.
So how did the idea of Bougie Popcorn come about? How do you know how to when to take that jump?
Gotcha. So back in 2000, I'll say like 2016, my husband and I decided that we wanted a business, we wanted to be entrepreneurs. And we didn't know what we were going to do, but we knew that the market for housing, houses were selling almost immediately. And we had some investment in our house. My husband's like, let's sell it. So we sold it. We had extra money left over, perfect amount of money to start a business. My husband said, what's the business that you want to start? And I love everything popcorn. Why not start a popcorn business? So we used that. We used ideas. We got everything together that we needed to start a popcorn business. The motivation to jump was I've always been that type of person where I don't really have a fear of anything. The only fear I have is not trying, and I call that failure when you don't try. But I don't have a fear. And I mean, what was the worst that could happen? Nothing.
That's a good attitude.
Yeah.
And going into business, it is scary, you know.
Very much so.
Go ahead and taking that initial step is one of those things that it hinders a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know? And talking paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
So what paperwork, where did you even start? How did you even get on a path to knowing what to do first, knowing you had your idea?
Yeah.
And now what?
I have no idea. Like, in my mind, I want to say that I just Google everything. That's literally what I do. I Google everything.
Okay.
And I wait for Google to be wrong, and then I fail. No. But one of the things that we really did as far as paperwork came, your state has a lot of websites that tell you, what to do when you're wanting to start a business. There are a lot of other places in the area too, entrepreneur centers, business and entrepreneur innovation centers, located right downtown Raleigh, that have those people there that can tell you what do you need to do to start a business, what type of paperwork you need to file. And then you got other departments too, like Department of Revenue, all these other different departments that can tell you have to have X, Y, and Z in order to have people work for you. And I knew that they were going to have to get people to work for me because I had another job. So that's what we did. We literally went through Dr. Google and made him tell us everything about paperwork. And we hit some spots where we were wrong, but it didn't cost us the business. It just cost us to become smarter and try to figure it out on our own. And that's what we really done. We really sat down and just kind of eliminated what was right and what was wrong. You can't, it's easy to say, I won't know if I'm doing it wrong, but you'll know when you're doing it wrong, especially taxes. When they start talking about collecting your money, you'll know when you've done it wrong. But definitely tapping into resources like your innovation entrepreneur centers. They help a lot.
Okay. So, would you recommend any order, knowing what you know now? Would you recommend any kind of order in doing paperwork? Like, go ahead and.
Yeah. Find out what are the laws and legalities behind what you're trying to do. So for us, we're not a restaurant, so we don't have a grade. But one of the things you have to do is you have to register your business. So we are actually registered under the Department of Agriculture because we don't have those type of food products in here that can spoil or bad or anything like that. And for the most part, we have what we call concession items. Popcorn is considered a concession item. It falls under the natural category with the Department of Agriculture. So going through Department of Agriculture and figuring out what it is that they require of me, because we still get inspections. Like a regular restaurant, we still get inspections too. But you have to go through those different entities and make sure that you are doing it right. And then you can decide. One of the things that we learned too was having to find out what goes in what order. Should we call Department of Agriculture first? Or should we contact the Department of Revenue first? But you have to start somewhere. And what we did was we should have started with the Department of Revenue first. started with corporate agriculture first. And we quickly learned that we went the wrong way.
Okay.
But it's trial and error. You learn. You're going to make a mistake at some particular point in time. I'd rather make it in the beginning than make it at the end.
Well, and that kind of leads into one of our other questions. Like, what kind of challenges did you start to hit as you started this business?
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do to get through that? Challenges.
Some of the challenges were what ifs. Like, what if we open this business and we don't have enough money? Who are we going to go to? We need to take out a loan. And what we try to steer away from was taking out loans. My husband and I said we don't want to take out any loans to have a business because we had enough at the time when we sold our house that we shouldn't mess this up, basically. So some of those things are being smart about some of that stuff. But the biggest challenge I think was location. Like, where are you going to be? And you have to be smart about location. You have to use kind of marketing tactics a little bit. We first started in a lease space. And it's like one of those, you think like a garage, it kind of has the back door on it, and no one was welcome in but us. So we did all shipping and deliveries there.
Okay.
And then my husband said, okay, now we need to go retail. But the frustrations were, where are we going retail at? And where will people know we are? And I got some pointers from some other people in business, and using a mentor was a good idea too. But I got some people in other businesses that said, make sure that you don't go to a place where people are specifically going for one thing, i.e. the grocery store. You don't want a small business in the same place with a grocery store unless, people are coming to the grocery store and there are other shopping centers there too. Because when people go to the grocery store, they go to the grocery store. And most of the time when I go to the grocery store, I don't even want to think about anything else. I just want to go to the grocery store and go home. So you have to be in an ideal location too. So we chose Roseville because we live very close here. But we also chose this location because of what was in this parking lot. There are restaurants in this parking lot, there are churches in this parking lot. A lot of other businesses in close driving distance. There's a McDonald's across the street. There's a food line across the street. So people are always on this road. And marketing and getting your name out has been one of the biggest things that we've done to make sure that people know who you are.
All right. So, now, all right. So now we're going to get into some of the emotional part of it.
Yeah. Sure.
Opening, starting.
Yeah.
We're here. We got the idea. We are Googling. We learned some of the process. We start on the process. We figure out trial and error. We got some challenges. We work through those things.
Yes.
With this kind of attitude.
Absolutely.
Love it. Now, could you give me one word that would describe your experience with starting your business? What it meant to you?
One word, dedication. I'll say dedication. What it meant to me was I didn't have another choice. I don't understand all my husband's work.
Okay.
So it's gonna open today or it's gonna open next week, but it's gonna open. But no, really dedication. You learn about yourself a lot more when you open a business. And you learn about what your capabilities are, what you can do and what you can't do. And then you also learn that it's your business and no one else is going to treat your business like you treat your business. No one else has empathy for your business like you have empathy for anybody else's business. No one else is going to support you like you need to support yourself. And I had to learn that the hard way. People who say they're going to support you and they're going to be right there behind you, they get a little weary. The numbers start to fall a little bit when your business is up and moving. And I won't say that they're not being supportive, they're just being supportive from the background. They were very upfront when the business was coming about. And then things kind of fall off. But that's not their fault. It's not their business. So you have to make sure that if no one else is there, that you are supporting yourself. And then you learn who your real supporters are. Who are those people going to be and what do they look like? And are they going to really be there? When you're struggling in the middle of the night and you're about to go crazy and say, you know what, I quit. Are those people going to be the ones to push you up and say, no, you don't quit, you get up and you dust yourself off and we'll try again tomorrow? Or are those people going to be the ones to say, yeah, go ahead and quit it. You have to pick your supporters.
I agree. Yeah. And that actually falls in line with another question that I have for you. Because, in this society, we do have people who, we have a lot of people who will be happy for you during, their own successes, while they're happy for you in your own successes. Everybody's up. So And then sometimes, stuff may not be going well for somebody else, and then, it just it it doesn't translate well if when it comes down to dealing with you still on the same level of being happy for your success.
Yeah.
How do you deal with people like that who you have allowed in your space, and now it just seems like they become haters?
Yeah.
And you want to keep friends too, but
Yeah.
but
I guess you have to remember what comes first. Like, what comes first, your friends and your business. My business came first, but that's how I plan on feeding my child.
That's right.
And I've always told people, like, if it's you and me, it's me and you gotta go. I only want people in my circle who are gonna be supportive. There are some people who were in my circle that I was blinded by because I was like, oh, they're very, very supportive. They want to buy into my business. Close friends and sometimes family. But who started the business? Me. And at the end of the day, who's gonna finish the business? Me. And those people won't play a part when you get ready to walk out. Now, when we first opened, the shine of, wow, a Black woman is opening a business in a small town like that. That was the shine, and everybody wanted a piece of the shine, right? Because people want to make sure that other people know they're supporting. But when the shine went away and the hard work kicked in, people started walking away. Yeah, people started walking away. To their, I'll just say it's not their fault, and that's what I keep telling myself. It's not their fault. There's no need to walk around and be mad at people because they don't support you the way they used to. It's not their fault. It's not their business. They don't have to. And those that don't have to, those are the people that stay in the corner. But the ones that don't, they feel free to walk away. Let them, because they're walking away from it. They don't have anything. And one thing I've learned in friendships and in business is you don't carry weight on your back. It's no longer carry weight. And I went to a conference one time, and this guy made a very good point. He said, as a friend, and he's also an entrepreneur, he said, I will help you up, but I won't carry you if you're not pushing yourself. So that's the kind of model I live behind. I have friends that want to do things. I will pick you up and I'll carry you right behind me. But if you're not going to try, I'm not going to pull you. Right. I'm not going to pull you behind me because that's what
Well, speaking of African American female business owners,
yes.
What advantages and disadvantages do you face?
Oh, so this is my rant page, right? Advantages are just that we are Black, we're minority. Back in the day, women did not play roles like this. Men were known as the dominant factors. Today, women are very dominant. We dominate in education. We are the smartest on the planet. There are more highly educated Black women in this world than anything else. So I live off of stuff like that. I like to tell myself and motivate myself and say there is nobody else like me. There are other people that do things like me, but there is nobody else just like me. So that's some of the advantages in knowing that I'm in a very few, very, very few. I'm in such a very few that when it came to popcorn and Black women, I have not found another retailer in this area that's a Black woman that owns a popcorn shop. Not in the triangle area. So I take pride in myself and knowing that I'm the only one, and that means that I'm at the top. So you can't put me at the bottom if there's nobody down there, right? So I start off at the top. But some of the disadvantages have been Roseville is a small, quaint town. Very, very nice people here, but not very diverse. And one of the things that I was scared about was what happened the day and time that we're living right now. We're living in a very rough time where people are choosing race and different things over people's hearts and honesty and loyalty. So I was worried that there would be people here, which is why I don't talk politics in my shop. But I was worried that there would be people here that would not see me for what I was trying to do, but would see the outside of me and not my characteristics. And that has happened. I'm cool with it. As long as they come in and spend, I'm good. Everybody's money's green, right? But having to know that there may be a person in my community that won't shop with me just because I'm an African American woman is very frustrating. And I do think that there are people like that, but I don't carry that. That's their weight again. So I don't carry that thought that often. But I make sure that people know that that's not me. So I don't, and I used to say this all the time, when I was growing up, I had so many friends of so many different races. I didn't care what anybody looked like. But people are starting to bring it to the forefront more so now than ever. Even people who, from my past, I thought I was friends with. Like, I'm looking back now, I'm like, maybe we weren't really friends anyway. But people are different. And when you grow up and when you change and you evolve into another person, you have to know that you can't bring everybody with you. So I'm okay with the idea that that was one of the disadvantages of coming into retail. I was very worried that people would look at my outside and not what I could provide to the community. But I mean, I think that's everywhere in the world right about now. Our political standpoint in this world is not very good. It's real harsh, and people are taking different routes, and people are being separated and divided just because we don't all look alike. We're not supposed to all look alike. But to me, I just take the positive standpoint and say, you know, everybody's their own person, and I'm not going to hold that as a frustration of mine because I can't make people come in here and buy my popcorn. And if they don't like something about the shop, and it's something as simple as the color of my skin and being an African American woman, then they're missing out because my popcorn is the bomb. Okay, yeah, they're missing out. They just won't get any food. That's cool. And see, they can go to the food line. They have popcorn at the food line. And see, I don't know about it.
But I definitely want some. Okay. When I found out that you were even in business and this was the thing, I was just like, what? I had never heard of that before. And then I found you on Facebook. And I started looking through and I told you earlier on, you know, there's a big thing. There was nothing we had growing up. It was ice cream and popcorn. And so with that, I know you said that you were thinking of adding to your business. Now, when you're adding to your business, you have popcorn, and now you want to add locally owned ice cream.
North Carolina local owned ice cream.
So with that, how easy is that to transition additional things into what you've already established?
So that, I mean, it really depends on what you're trying to bring in. So we decided to expand on products and services based on what we already had. We're a concession item store, retail store, if that makes sense. So pretty much everything that we have in our store is going to fall under Department of Agriculture. I'm not going to bring something in here that I would have to go through Department of Health and Human Services to be inspected and receive a grade. I didn't want to do that. So I want to stay in the realm of concession items only, and popcorn, ice cream, apples, all that different stuff are considered concession items. And we can still stay under Department of Agriculture. It doesn't change anything for us. The only thing we had to do was purchase equipment to be able to house all of the new things that we have. So that was the only big difference, but everything else will remain the same. We're doing some upgrades in the shop. Like I told you, we're going to add a lot more furniture in the shop so people can come in and have a seat. Outside furniture so people can sit outside if they'd like to. We're going to be doing some events in the future too. Some of those events being outside, kind of like live music, and doing some sponsorships in the area as well to get people to know that we're here, but also to support our community too. So yeah, it didn't take a lot. It really took a lot of thought just to decide like, what am I going to do? So we're also going to bring in a smoothie bar. We talked about that too. Just giving people a healthy option, if that makes sense. By being able to add something that everybody can have in the shop. Some people don't like popcorn, so you might like ice cream. Some people don't like ice cream, well then you might like a smoothie, whatever. But we want to make sure that we're able to target and make sure that our products are reaching all of our audiences.
Well, I'm excited to see your adventure and just continue to unfold. I'm proud and happy to be here and be here with you. Thank you for letting me join you today and pick your brain.
No problem.
I will ask one final question. This one here is more or less maybe a question that would depend on the type of business. But with your experience at this time, like what amount would you say is a good investment to start with when you're thinking of opening up a business like this? I mean, you're not in some, torn down area, or a shopping center. It's a nice area, nice shopping center, storefront. You have a very nice space. If I think it's someone else.
Thank you.
How did you?
So one of the things that me and my husband looked into before we started anything was how much does stuff cost? Like if you're going to start a business, How much does everything cost? I am an advocate for, I write down everything. And I teach too, so my students will tell you I write down every single thing. I have tons of notebooks and calendars that I probably shouldn't have more than one. But I write down everything. And so one of the things we started doing was journaling and literally journaling to what stuff costs. How much does a bag of popcorn cost? And out of that bag of popcorn, when you pop it, how much of that can you save? And then what would the price be? And how much money are you going to make on a monthly basis based off of 2 bags of popcorn? How much do you expect to make? And then outside things, how much is rent? So how much do I have to sell all of this popcorn for and be in a nice place? We're located right next to the police department. I feel more safe than anything in the world at this point. But you still need to make sure that you add all those things up. What kind of business is it that you want? And think about it logically. Can you afford that type of business with just walking into a retail space and say, hey, I'm gonna pay rent and this is what I'm gonna do? Believe it or not, everything that we have a business for, if you're not making it yourself, you have to get it from somebody else. And you have to pay that somebody else to get those things here. A long time ago, I thought about opening up a shoe store. I absolutely love shoes. And I started to go through all these different warehouse places and say, well, her shoes, I can get 28 pairs for this amount of money. I can get 30 of these for this amount of money. And this is going to cost me this amount of money. And I have to sell it for this amount in order to be able to make profit off of it. So it's almost like a game of playing. How much does it cost and how much can I make? I've seen people start businesses with less than $500. It's something they wanted to do. They put their mind to it and they have to figure out loopholes. But also don't forget that there are a lot of grants and different things like that in our area too that cater to African American youth, that cater to minorities, period. And you can sign, not to say you're going to get all of them, but it's worth a try. Just to see if some of those funds are available to you. And then you can grow your business without having anything. But you have to be smart about and be logical, like I said, about what it is that you want to open and how much is this going to cost. And then what profit am I going to make? Because if you're not making a profit, why not work? You don't want to put so much money into it that you lose. But you have to know that you're going to lose at some point. Your first year in business is probably your most difficult year ever. Don't expect to make any money. Because what you're doing is you're paying back things to yourself that you've already purchased with your own money when you decided to open. So don't look at your first year as your profit year. Look at your first year as your marketing year and mistake year. And then year 2 and year 3, you should be above marketing and mistakes at this point, and you should be trying to see some income and some profit. I'm not afraid to say that I've bugged my attorney friends and all my accounting friends and said, I need you to tell me how much money this is. And how much money are you making? And if I don't make this amount and I can't pay the rent, what are they going to do? My attorney firm. Are they going to put me out? Are they going to charge me? So you have to make a decision when it comes to opening your own business. But one thing, you have to be real about what it is you want to do. Some people will open a business and close it tomorrow. Open another business and close it tomorrow. And they're wasting money. But if you know that's what you want to do and your heart is set and that's something that makes you truly happy, then do it. Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey talks about your parachute, when you jump, you have to pull it. And if it doesn't come out right then, it's okay. There's going to be a little bumpy when you come down. But if you don't jump, how do you know your parachute's going to come out? You don't know. I let my parachute come out. I definitely got some bumps and bruises when I came down because it didn't come out. It came out like once at the bottom, but it should came out at the top. But that's fine because I learned some things at the very top. And now that I'm surfacing down to the bottom, my parachute's coming out and I'm comfortable.
I'm going to ask you one more question.
You can. Sure, Freddie.
So, you had mentioned grants. Because sometimes, as a business owner, the first thing we want to do is we want to open up a business and then we look into the bank. We want to go ahead and see, okay, well, how's my credit? Let me see what can I do, And the first, if you can get a loan, that's sometimes the first
option.
Yeah.
It's the easiest option.
Yeah,
It's the easiest option, especially if you have good credit, right? The easiest option. But everybody doesn't have good credit.
Right. So, what do you recommend to people that don't have so good credit that are trying to avoid the loan process? And you mentioned grants, but can you expound on that a little bit?
So, in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, there are several banks in the area, especially our Black-owned banks. Some of them offer minority grants, minority scholarships, all different things to women of color, minorities, period. And it gives them opportunity to go in and basically you're really filling out an application just to see if they'll pick you for that particular grant. If you don't get picked for the grant, you're like, there's no way, I want to go the easy route, take out a loan and then all this money back. Look into different ways of doing things. One of the things I say all the time is sometimes people are so headstrong on, I want to open it now. They don't think about the consequences of running a business. It is not easy by far. It's not easy, but it's pretty much worth it. But one of the things I always tell people is, how can you downsize? When we first started Popcorn back in 17, we were in a leasing space. And when I say leasing space, a flex space, ain't nothing in there, bro. Concrete wall and concrete slab.
Okay.
And the front door was not accessible to everybody. And nobody could come through the back unless you had a key. Nobody was in that shop but me and all my new girlfriends, my newbie girlfriends that wanted to work late at night with me, like we were crazy. It was not in the best neighborhood either. But I did what I needed to do. I could pay for it. I could build up my clientele. I could start marketing. I could see where the money was going. And I wasn't putting a lot out, but I was getting more in. And so what I did was, my husband and I talk all the time about several streams of income. I believe in several streams of income. I don't know why. I've always had more than one job. I don't think, ever since I was like 15 years old working at the grocery store, that's all the time. The only time I had like one job. But when I got to college, I had multiple jobs. When I graduated, I had multiple jobs. And it wasn't because I needed all of that money. It was because I wanted to be able to do things that I wanted to do. Same thing with business. If you know you want to open a business, what's wrong with getting several streams of income so that you can maintain your money, but also retain your money? So that when it's time for you to open a business, you don't have to go to a bank. You go right to your pocket and say, this is how much I have to start. What do I need to do? So just being smart about it. Loans are easy, especially if you got good credit. But if you don't have good credit, then not so easy. So you have to come up with other strategies. And that's any business. That can be from selling t-shirts to selling high-end clothing somewhere else. But you just have to be smart about what you're trying to do with the money and how you're going to get it. Sometimes the easiest is not always the best route. But I work several jobs now. But I just feel like that's necessary. Now it's because I like to spend money and travel. But if I'm going to spend money and travel, I'm not going to use all of my income from my household. You need to have extra. And that's just what everybody needs to realize. You can have extra. I believe in that when I'm old, I'll be able to accept one job and just kind of sit down. But right now I'm not old. My son is young and my family's young, and we want to do stuff that other people. We want to travel the world. We want to see places. That's why it's here. And only way to do that is by working to make sure you get it. One job is not always sufficient. So get multiple streams of income and find the money. Sometimes the bank is not going to be your option, but finding work is not for anybody. And I don't know if people say, well, I'm not going to work at McDonald's, I'm going to work at Burger King, Walmart, whatever, but their money is green and they get to me work hard. So I'll take it over not having anything. I don't mind working with streams.
I commend your effort. Thanks. It is showing. You are shining here. Trying. And I encourage you to keep going. Definitely want to admire.
Oh, thank you.
Especially being another fellow young woman.
Yeah.
Step down on faith. You've done certain things just with what you have, and it looks like it's doing what you cannot complain. So, we're gonna wrap up this interview.
We have a question from Facebook. Yeah, one question from Facebook.
I'm ready.
We do.
What form of marketing do you use?
What form of
Marketing do you use?
we are very basic when it comes to marketing. We kill Instagram and Facebook like it's going out of business. But one thing I believe in is old traditional ways of marketing, like getting on your feet and going to businesses and letting people know where you are. When we first opened and we're about to have a grand opening, all of my family and friends are like, you gotta put it on Facebook and let everybody know that you're about to have a grand opening. You gotta start pubbing this business. I literally got, my husband got flyers made and it was saying we're opening, and it was a grand opening situation. And me and my husband went and we printed thousands of flyers, and we went to every business in this area almost. And I left flyers for everybody to let them know I'm opening. I'm a new popcorn So social media is really good. Don't get me wrong. As a marketing source, social media is amazing. But sometimes everybody's not social media. You have to make sure that you're targeting all audiences when you're marketing. A lot of older people, a lot of older adults may not be as tech savvy. So if you put it on Instagram, you're missing half of your population. So Instagram is good. Facebook is good for those people who are Instagram and Facebook savvy. But my idea of target and reaching my audience was to make sure I reached everyone, young and old. So we market in this area. We went to Northern Raleigh area. We put all the flyers on Facebook and Instagram. We went to schools because I knew at some of the public schools there are some young children there whose parents were looking for a place to have birthday parties. Man, found them. Yeah. We went to the local mall, and as I was walking through the mall, I was just passing stuff out to tell people I'm opening. We even went as far as to market the T-shirts. I was wearing a T-shirt before we even opened, but it was coming. It was coming one day. So I started marketing then. I started marketing through business cards, meeting people, going to social and networking events for marketing ideas, and just meeting with other local business owners to find out what they did to market so that I can kind of mimic some of the same.
Okay. And do we have any other questions?
No, but from me,
Sure.
Since our first interview, April 29th, to now, can you explain to the people your growth?
Growth has been amazing. Wow. Did we interview in April? It was April?
April 29th.
April 29th. Good. April 29th, we were doing really, really good. We had just come out of like a busy kind of January, February, Valentine's Day situation, and we were expanding. I mean, we were getting customers from everywhere. People were recognizing who we were. But from April to now, it's May, June, and most of July, we are still growing, but we've gotten tons more customers since April. We've gotten a ton of people that'll come into the shop and say, wow, I didn't know you were here. I've met so many new people between April and today. Of people who are interested and want to know what we're doing. Oh, we didn't know this was here. What do you have in here? And explaining to them some of the things that we're bringing into the shop as well. But yeah, we've grown a lot since April. We've learned a lot since April too. We've learned a lot since April. We have, I think around that time we had maybe 2 employees. We had like a little bit more than that. But now we're in the process of hiring more people to help us when we bring in our new products in the store. So we've had to have made some financial progress, so we couldn't be able to hire people. So we've made some progress. And April 29th doesn't seem that long ago, but we've done a lot since April.
Nice. And just to give yourself 20, 30 seconds, just tell the people what Bougie Pop is. What do you guys offer? Where they can find you?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Bougie Pop is located in Roseville, North Carolina. We do gourmet popcorn, everything right here in the shop. We don't resell from anywhere else. Everything we have is made right here by the hands of me and my husband and my employees. We are small, minority owned, which makes sense. I don't like to throw my husband around because my husband be like, you forgot about me. But minority owned business in a very small, quaint town. We have gourmet popcorn, but we're also expanding services to smoothie bars, ice cream, caramel apples that we had in the past, all different types of services. We're open. We do birthday parties. We rent out our space for local events and private events as well. We're just trying to grow. And that's what we're doing. We're growing. But we hope that people will come out and just figure out what we are, what we're about. We love new customers. Can taste just about anything you want to in the entire shop. We like to sample and we get free smells out every day.
And tell us where everybody can find us.
Everybody can find us on social media. Instagram, we are Bougie Pop. And on Facebook, I think we are Bougie Pop Popcorn Boutique. But if you want to reach out to us that way, emailing us is perfectly fine, bougiepopboutique@yahoo.com. Our website is currently under construction because we're adding new services. So we're excited about that too. But we'll be back up soon and it's bougiepopboutique.com.
You heard it here first, folks. Thank you for joining us.